We always have some leftover mashed potatoes hanging around in the fridge, waiting for better days. And this recipe is a great way to use it, instead of throwing it away. In this video, I'll show you how to make it from scratch. When we were in Ireland a few months ago, I tried the Boxty potato pancakes for the first time in my life in a very nice B&B in Dingle. I was so curious about this different way of cooking potatoes that I asked for the recipe. The owner of the B&B was reluctant to share it with me, but when she saw my older sons munching on the second plate of these pancakes, she gave in. She also told me a beautiful Irish legend, which I will share with you today. You will need about a cup of mash. I cut my potatoes roughly to speed up the cooking process. By the way, this recipe is very good if you add some sweet potatoes, carrots or pumpkin to the mix of mashed vegetables. While the potatoes are boiling with a good pinch of salt, and while I still have to grate the same amount of the fresh ones, let's dive into the Irish legend. It is called the food of knowledge. Many centuries ago, there lived a young prince named Fionn. Before he became ruler of his kingdom, he was apprenticed to a famous poet. The poet lived near a lake where a hazel tree grew with magical nuts. The druid said that these nuts contained the greatest wisdom in the world, and when they fell into the water of the lake, a salmon ate them. Now, the person who could catch and eat the salmon would be the wisest man who ever lived. The poet spent years trying to catch the fish, but to no avail, until the moment when Prince Fionn joined him in this fishing expedition. I'll continue with the legend in a moment. Now I have to squeeze out the grated potatoes. I don't want my pancakes to be watery. By the way, the fresh potato juice neutralizes the acid in the stomach and helps to prevent heartburn. The taste is questionable, but in small quantities it's a good remedy. Let's mash the potatoes. I'm not going to add anything else at this stage, but don't worry if your leftover mash from the day before contains a little butter and milk, it won't spoil the recipe. Back to Prince Fionn. He caught the fish on his very first dive in the lake. The poet couldn't believe his luck. He ordered Fionn to cook it, on one condition. The prince was not to eat it himself, and that was quite a challenge. I like the spring onion flavor in these potato cakes, a little spicy and fresh, but feel free to add any herbs you like. Rosemary would be a good addition if you were serving these pancakes with steak, while thyme and parsley go well with poultry. You can also try other spices, such as a little smoked paprika or even coriander for an exotic touch. Now I mix the potatoes and herbs with 1 cup of flour. I add a tablespoon of baking soda. Season with salt, black pepper. I start pouring in the buttermilk little by little. I've got the whole cup here. If you can't find buttermilk in the shop, You can easily make it yourself. Just mix a cup of whole milk with the juice of half a lemon. Leave to rest for 5 minutes and you're ready to go. There is no need to rush. I want all the ingredients to be evenly mixed. You can use a spoon or a spatula, but I prefer to use my whisk. In those old days, there were not many cooking utensils. There were no barbecue tongs or spatulas, just iron pans. So Prince Fionn had no tools when he prepared the salmon for the poet, who had waited so long to be wise. Fionn took the challenge seriously and didn't dare eat the fish himself. But how do you turn anything with your hands on a red-hot pan, especially when you're a prince and not used to manual labor? And that's the turning point in the story. But for now, look at the mix. That's the consistency that it should have. I melt the butter on a medium heat. As always, I'm quite generous with it. Once you find a good butter, you can't resist the flavor. As I flip my pancakes, you will hear the end of the Irish legend. I put a big spoonful of my Boxty batter in a pan and let it brown for a few minutes. Flipping the pancakes could be tricky. The batter is still very soft. I should be careful, even with a good spatula. When cooking the salmon of knowledge, Prince Fionn had nothing but his own hands to flip over the fish. Being a bit clumsy, he burned his finger and immediately put it in his mouth, as most of us would do. Fionn didn't realize that a small piece of salmon scale had stuck to his finger and he accidentally swallowed it. And that cooking accident gave him the greatest wisdom in the whole world. These Irish potato pancakes won't make you a wise man, but they will certainly put you in good spirits. If you make the pancakes a bit bigger, you can use them like tacos. Fill them with your favorite ham, fresh herbs, some cream cheese and diced tomatoes. You can also make them a bit smaller and use them as a nice addition to your roast. But I love them just as they are, with a little sprinkle of melted sea salt and some sour cream on the side. If you keep watching, you will see 5 more of my best potato recipes. Interesting and very delicious. Lecker!
Kolay.
Lecker.